So, welcome once again this wonderful Wednesday that God has given unto us. And I pray that God is already blessing your week. And today again, we are ready to be blessed by the teachings. And today is a transformative teaching. And I pray that we are going to benefit from it. And our lives are not going to remain the same again. So wherever you're joining us from, be sure that today is a day of breaking free. I'm very excited about what we are going to learn today. It is a transformative teaching, and we are going to transform from a victim mindset, and we are going to transform into a mindset of growth. We are going to transform into a powerhouse of growth. So wherever you are joining us from, please invite somebody, invite a neighbor, invite a friend. We are having a very poor connection to the internet today, but that one will not hinder us from giving what God has really prepared for us today. Because as I said, every Wednesday we are going to build resilience, and we are going to build inner emotional strength that is going to sustain us in this challenging world, in this world that is so dark today. So wherever you're joining us from, please invite somebody, share with friends the page so that they will also be blessed. And if you have questions, please you can write them, you can type it in, and I will be answering those questions before we finish. And just have a teachable mindset. Just have a mindset that is ready to be taught, and your life will not remain the same again. My life will not remain the same again. So from wherever you're joining us from, welcome to our Wednesday program. This will be the hour of transformation. This will be the hour of healing. This will be the hour of growth. This will be the hour of change. So wherever you are joining us from today, we are talking about breaking free. And before we end, I know that you will have broken free. I will have broken free from a mindset of victim. So let me start by giving you this story. I am raised with a single mom, and for sure she did her best to provide everything that we needed as a mother. But I grew up knowing that there's something that was missing, and this thing came and stuck into my mind. Though my mom she gave us the basic education that we could get, that she could provide. We were having shelter over our heads. There's no day that we had we lived without shelter. And she was providing the basic food and the basic clothing. And though we were going to public school, actually she did her best. But I used to look at my friends who are from the neighborhood, and I thought they were living a very good life. And so I grew up with this mindset that she was not doing enough. She was not doing enough, or else we could be in a better position. And so I lived blaming her, and I did not see anything. I did not see why I should appreciate her in any way. And so that one became a stronghold. Even as I grew up, I always knew that something was done that was not right. It was not the best of the life that I could get. And so I grew with this mindset that if only she could do better, I could have a better life. If only she could have done better, I could have a better life. So when I finished college, actually she struggled until I finished college, but I still blamed her. That if she had good connections, maybe she could have a friend that could give me a better job. Or maybe if she was rich enough, then she could give me enough money to operate a good business. So all my failures in life, I put it on her, and I felt like I was a victim of single parenthood. And this one affected my day-to-day life. So as we are going to talk about breaking through, I'm talking about something that I have experienced and something that I've lived with almost 3/4 of my life. But I thank God that because of the truths that I'm going to share with you today, that I discovered in my life, God is going to help you. And if you apply what we are going to teach, then you're going to break free from this mentality. Maybe you've grown up where things happen which are out of your control, where you are always a victim. Maybe somebody is doing something wrong to you, and you know that you are right, and you know that he is wrong, and then that thing is sticking in your mind. Maybe you have parents who are not taking care of you the way you think they should take care. Or maybe it's the government, or maybe it's the war in your country and other challenges that come in day-to-day life that we are not able to control. Because in life, a lot of things happen that we are not able to control. They are beyond our capacity to control. From the government system, the economic system, the corruptions that happen, the rottenness of humanity, things happen that we cannot control. Even if we want to control, we cannot control them. And so we end up becoming victims, and we end up being caught up in a victim mentality. So what is a victim mentality that we are breaking free from today? It is good for us to know what is a victim mentality. And so we will also see the signs of a victim mentality, and then we are going to see how we are going to break free from it. Solomon, you're welcome from wherever you're watching us from. So this one refers to a psychological state of mind where individuals perceive themselves as perpetual victims. You perceive yourself as a victim of circumstances, often feeling powerless, that you can do nothing about it. Maybe you are in a marriage. You are in a marriage where you have lost control. You feel powerless. Maybe you have parents who are bullying you. Maybe it's a workplace where things are not going right, and you feel that you are a victim and you are powerless. So I was telling you about how I grew up, and I blamed my mom. I blamed her for everything. All my failures I put upon her because she's a single mother, though she struggled to provide everything. But I always thought that she could have done better for her to provide something much more. And all the failures in my life, I put it upon her. And then I came to a foreign country, and in that foreign country, I started to blame people. And all my failures, again, I put it in the system, and I said, these people are mistreating foreigners. And even when I'm employed, I used to have that kind of mentality. When things are not working right, especially when others are getting promoted and I'm not getting promoted, I used to see it as something discriminative. And so all my life, like 3/4 of my life, I have lived with a victim mindset. Every situation where I step in, I look at myself as a victim, that circumstances are happening in my life that are out of my control because I put on a victim mentality. So what are the signs? So a victim mentality, in short, is a psychological state of mind where you feel like things are happening beyond your control and that you are powerless. You are powerless over the things that are happening around you. So you lose the power within yourself to take any step because you believe psychologically that things are happening outside your control or beyond your control. So you call yourself a victim. So in the system today, even the nationals of the country, they are victims. Yes, many people blame the government, of course. And many people blame the education system. Many people blame the economy. Many people blame the corruption and all these things. And so when somebody asks, what can you do about it? You say, no, I can do nothing about it. I am just a victim of circumstances. And failure comes in your life because you have branded yourself a victim. So what are the signs of the victim mindset that you can look out for, that you can see yourself in a mirror and see if these signs are coming to you, then know that maybe you are developing or you have already developed a victim mentality. Number one is to blame others. Are you blaming others for everything that is happening in your life? That could be a sign that you have developed a victim mentality, or you are on your way to developing a victim mentality. Like I told you, in my life, I blamed my mom until I already have beards and I'm already married. I'm still blaming my mom for the circumstances that happened in my life. I see people blaming their employers, blaming their managers, blaming their colleagues for everything that is happening in their lives. I see people blaming the systems. So are you one of them who has this tendency of blaming others for the circumstances that are happening around you? You know, one thing about life is that, yes, things may happen beyond your control, but the way you respond to them matters a lot. And most of us, we have taken and put ourselves that victim mentality, and all we do is just to blame and blame and blame and blame and blame. So one thing that I want to tell you is that many people have graduated from the university of blaming, and you don't add anything to the system by blaming. So you just become one of the masses when you also put yourself as a candidate from the university of blaming. So one of the signs that you are caught up in this victim mentality is blaming others. Are you there? Look into this mirror. Do you have the tendency of blaming others? That could be one of the signs. The second sign is that you feel powerless. You feel like you are out of control. I have had many people, and I say this again and again, they are always trying in marriage, especially women, when things are not going right. So now they start to live in that marriage because of their children. Somebody says, I'm just here because of the children. If it was not for these children, then I would not be here. I know one of my neighbors, she is having problems, and all the time when the children are doing something, oh, you children, don't you know that I'm just here because of you? I'm suffering in this marriage because of you. If it were not for you, I could not be here. You see that? She's already having a victim mentality, and it's like she's stuck somewhere. And many marriages these days are like that. Men are struggling, especially Christians. They are struggling. Why? Because, of course, this is a covenant and you cannot get out of it, so you just have to be there. You be there. Oh, but I'm suffering, and you be there. It is a covenant that you made with God, so be there. So they feel like, okay, I can do nothing about this. I've grown old. I can do nothing about this. I'm powerless. I just have to be there. You see, I cannot go and start another life. After 30 years of marriage, I cannot go and start another life. It's like I'm stuck in this place, in this marriage. Other people at the workplace, every Monday they come to work. Oh, it is a Monday. I hate Monday. Why? Because they never enjoy the work that they're doing. They don't enjoy their jobs. And for 10, 20 years, they just keep on doing the same thing. Why? Because they want the money, and without the money, they cannot survive. So they are victims. Yes, they want change, but they feel like they are powerless. They are powerless. They cannot change anything. So you just go to work 1 year, 2 years, Monday to Friday, Saturday, or it is Saturday. And 10 years, you are doing the same thing, but the same thing that you are not enjoying. Why? Because you feel powerless to change your situation. So this feeling of powerlessness, this feeling of being overwhelmed by the situation that you can do nothing about it, it is a sign that you have already been trapped into a victim mentality. You have been trapped into, or you're already being trapped into a victim mentality. That is sign number 2. Sign number 3 is having negative outlook about life. You know, when you are trapped in a victim mentality, you don't see anything good in the future. You don't see change that is coming. So what you do is just to see the negative part of life. You see the negative part of situations. You see tomorrow as being dark. You see the other day as being dark. You see nothing good in life. So when you have a negative outlook of life, maybe you have been caught in a victim mentality. Maybe you have been caught in a victim mentality. You are a victim of circumstances. People who always speak negative, people who always testify negative, people who always see negative things. You ask them about anything, they will only give you a negative part of it, a negative version of anything that you ask of them. That kind of a person has been caught into the negative mindset, negative mentality, the victim mindset. But I thank God that today we are going to break through from that kind of a mindset. We are going to break free from a victim mentality, whether in marriage, whether at work, whether in your day-to-day life, whether from your past you have only seen negative. Maybe people have lived in countries like where there's just war, and everything is just negative. Corruption is everywhere. It is just negative. So today, I thank God that we are going to break free from this kind of mentality. Another, number 4, sign of a victim mentality is people who avoid responsibility. You are reluctant to take action. You are reluctant to take action. You don't take responsibility and you don't take any action in life. So what happens is that you are trapped there and you feel like no matter what I do, nothing is going to change. No matter where I go, nothing is going to change. I have tried this one, it has failed. I've tried this one, it has failed. So there's no need for me to try again. So such kind of people, they don't take responsibility because they are already victims. They are like prisoners. You see, it's like a stronghold. You are being caught a prisoner in these things. My brother, my sister, wherever you are, thank God that there's always a way out. Thank God that every day is a day to start over again and your life takes a different turn. So, how does a victim mentality hinder your personal growth? How does it hinder your personal growth? For many years, that is what I was having. I cannot do this because I'm not educated enough. I don't have my diploma, I don't have my degree. And that was my testimony everywhere. I cannot do this. You see, if only somebody could have done something, I could be better off. If only this can happen, I could be better off. And all these were external forces. And it hindered my growth. And this is how a victim mentality hinders your growth. Number 1, you will have a lack of accountability in your life. People with a victim mentality avoid taking responsibility for their choices, the choices that they make in life. You see, even when you are making a mistake, you will not say that it is my mistake, I take responsibility. What happens is you make a mistake and you want to blame the other person for that mistake. See, you don't do enough and you don't take responsibility. You would rather blame other people for not doing this. You blame the other person for not doing this. You blame the government for not doing this. You blame the pastor for not doing this. You have all arenas to place your failure in except yourself. You can blame God, but not yourself. You can blame your parents, but not yourself. You can blame the government, but not yourself. You can blame your manager, your boss, but not yourself. You can blame the organization, but not yourself. You can blame your competitors in business, but not yourself. Those kind of people, they don't take accountability for their actions, for the choices that they make. But remember that every choice that you make has consequences tomorrow. It's like the choice you make today has a consequence over your life tomorrow. So if I don't make good choices now and today, it means tomorrow I have to take responsibility for anything that comes in my life. So victim mentality hinders your growth in that you don't have accountability, or you don't take responsibility for the choices that you make. Number two, a victim mentality makes you to be stagnant. It brings stagnation. I've heard people praying against the spirit of stagnation, but sometimes it is ourselves who cause the stagnation with a victim mentality. You see, if I'm not educated to this level, then I cannot do this work. I did not get these marks in school or these grades in school, so my life is just wasted like that. Because the system has put in our minds that only people who reach a certain grade or who acquire a certain grade can go up to a certain level. So if you're caught in that kind of a mentality, it means your life will remain stagnant and you cannot go past that level that the society has put upon you. You see, so it causes stagnation. So a victim mindset can lead to complacency. Complacency is a situation where you are comfortable or you are satisfied with your status quo. You see, as we are poor, we were born poor, and so we can do nothing about it. You see, our family, people don't get educated, and so nobody has ever gone to the university, and so we are comfortable with that. You see, even my grandfather tried, my father tried, and now why should I also try? So this is us. This is our identity. You see that? So you are comfortable with your status quo. You see, some people say, this is my sickness, you know. This sickness is mine. This sickness, even if I do what, it cannot go away. You see, that is my situation. What can I do about it? You see that? This is us. So you put on yourself an identity because you are trapped in some mentality that you cannot break through from and go to another level and uplift your life. So victim mentality brings stagnation, because at a point in life you become satisfied with your status quo. As we are poor, and so we are poor. We have tried this and this, and it is not working. It seems like God did not want us to succeed. You know, in life there has to be people who are poor and there has to be people who are up there, and so for us, we were created to be poor. Have you heard people say it like that in the society? Stagnation because of a victim mentality. But today I want to tell you that there are means that you can use to break through and go to another level. And it is it is what this hour is all about. Number 3, how does a victim mentality hinder your personal growth? Number 3, it brings negativity in your relations. How is that? See, this person is the cause of this, and so this person is bad, and so I cannot relate with this person. See that one? So you have created an enemy with a person because you have a negative mindset. So constantly blaming others, constantly being negative, speaking negative, thinking negative, you always pursue negativity from people, and so you lock yourself and you put yourself aside. You don't want to interact with people. That is because of a negative mentality, a victim mindset. See that? They say once bitten, twice shy. So once you failed with somebody, maybe it is a relationship. Once it failed, then you isolate yourself, and now you don't want. You see, once somebody made a mistake, now that is the only thing that you're going to be banking on and building on. And so it strains the relationship. Even in marriages, it strains the relationship. Once one partner has had a negative or a victim mindset that I'm being mistreated in this marriage, no matter what the other person tries to do, the person has made up his mind and he will always be a victim. And no matter how you try to please that kind of a person, the thing is, he will always be suspicious of your motives, even if your motives are right. So, victim mentality strains our relationships, and it brings negativity into our relationships. Another one is emotional distress. Why? Because you are always thinking about bad things. You see, persistent feelings of victimhood can contribute to anxiety. The other time I talked about anxiety, it can also contribute to depression and low status quo. You see, even if they want to promote your work, you see, I cannot make it. You see, I don't have that capacity, because you have this low self-esteem about yourself. What happened? You have a victim mentality. You tried. Let me tell you a story. I tried to play. I was in the praise and worship team some years ago. Though I'm not a good singer, but of course I have to train myself. So I wanted to be this kind of a producer, very big producer, to be leading the praise and worship in the church. So one day we are having a wedding, and the place is packed. And so they called praise and worship team, will you please come and lead us? So I went forward to lead. The other people were busy, the leaders were busy. So I'm part of the praise and worship team. I went to do praise and worship. I got the microphone very well, and the pianist has already set the tone. So when I started to sing, the next time, when I look at the pianist, he was laughing. He stopped playing the piano. So I was very embarrassed in front of the people, and that is how my career, because I did not learn these things, that is how my career ended for praise and worship. I wanted to be a singer, of course. It ended there, because from that time I had this mentality, victim mentality. I was trapped up in that thought. And it took so many years for me to break free from that kind of thought. Are you getting that? So victim mentality is a very bad mentality, or a victim mindset is a very, very bad thing. You see, even when people are doing good for you, even when you are getting the best of the best, because of the victim mentality, you'll always be feeling as if you are being mistreated. In any situation, you just feel that you are being mistreated. You just feel like, this is not fair. Even if you are the one who is awarded as the best, you still, these people, there's something that is still missing. See, emotionally you are broken always, because you don't trust anybody, and that one can easily lead to anxiety and depression in your life. Number 5, how a victim mindset hinders your personal growth is that you will be resistant to change. You will be resistant to new ideas. You don't want new ideas, because once bitten, twice shy. You only look at the negative part. You see, Africans, we don't want to be innovative, especially this part of East Africa. We don't want to be innovative. Why? Because people have tried and failed. And other people have started businesses and failed. And so when they give us those kind of stories, how they started and they failed, we quickly fit ourselves into their story, and then we don't want to bring any change in our lives. We just want to be comfortable. And so, even if you are supposed to grow, even if you have the capacity, the ability to grow, you cannot. Why? Because you are too afraid of change. See that? That is a victim mentality. Because some time ago you fell, you became a victim, and so now you always think that you're always going to be a victim again and again. But let me tell you, when you fall, there's always a chance to stand and continue moving in life. So that is another thing, is that you create in yourself, in your mind, the inability to learn. Why? Because even if someone gives you a good idea, because of the victim mentality, you will not take it. And so you will not learn. Even if it's a good advice, you are suspicious of the person giving you the advice, you will not take it. So what happens is that you cannot learn. Why? Because I would rather blame people. I would rather blame, and I will not say, this is what I'm lacking, so let me go back and build myself up and come up. So you have inability to learn. Another one is that we have a limited perspective. It's like your brain becomes small. Why? Because you focus only on the negative part of life, negative part of circumstances. You focus only on the negative part of circumstances. You see that? So you cannot think out of the box and see opportunities. You only see the negative part of it. You become pessimistic. A person who is pessimistic is a person who is always thinking about bad things happening to him. He looks at life from the negative perspective. So where there are opportunities, you don't open your eyes wide enough to see the opportunities that are available. You've only fixed your mind on the negative part. So when somebody comes with an idea, you quickly turn and look at the negative part. And so you have a limited perspective of looking at things, hindering your growth. But I want us to grow. That's why this Wednesday program, that's what it's all about, your growth. So don't have a victim mentality. Don't be a prisoner of a victim mentality. And I'm going to tell you to tell you how to get out of the victim mentality so that you don't become a victim. If you're being a victim, number one is that you have to accept that this is a problem that you have. We said the signs that you are either falling into the victim mentality or you are already in the prison of the victim mentality. Number one is to blame others. The tendency of blaming others except you. Number two, we say that you feel powerless. You feel powerless. You feel like you are unable to control your situation. Number three, you have a negative outlook of things. And number four is that you avoid responsibility. So, for you to overcome the victim mentality, number one is that you must accept that you have a problem. You see, if you cannot accept that you're sick, you will never go to the physician. And you will never take the medicine that is recommended for you. Unless you come to your senses that you are sick, then you're going to seek a physician. And when you're given the medication, you're going to take it. So accept, when you see these signs, accept that you have a problem. And once you accept that you have a problem, you're going to look for solutions. And these are the solutions. After, number one is to accept that you have the problem, you have been caught in a victim mentality. And people who have victim mentality, it's a stronghold in their minds. They have all the reasons why it is not them to blame. But like I told you, yes, things can happen in your life that are outside your control. But your response is within your control. The responses to the things that happen in your life, are within your reach. And what you do with the things that happen determine whether you're going to be held in a victim mentality or not. It determines whether you're going to live a winner, a victorious life, a life of freedom or not. You see that? It determines whether you're going to be held down or whether you're going to be break free and succeed in life. So how do you respond to the things that happen around you? Those things that you say, okay, I cannot control it. They are like natural calamities that happen in life. You can respond and you can overcome. So the way you respond to it determines whether you're going to be held in a victim mentality or whether you're going to live your life free. So number one, accept that you have this problem. Number two, take responsibility. You see, we say a person with a victim mentality who is held a prisoner with a victim mentality does not take responsibility for his actions. He does not take responsibility for his choices. So if you're going to turn the tables around, you have to take responsibility. Start accepting that while you may not be in control of everything, you can respond to situations in a positive way, in a constructive way, in a way that is going to take you from victim to victory. Start taking responsibility by responding positively, responding in a way not as a victim but as a victor. Start to respond to the situations knowing that it is your response that either breaks you or makes you. Remember my story. I blamed my mother, I blamed her, and my life was deteriorating and deteriorating and deteriorating. But I had a lot of potential within me that was not tapped. Why? Because I put a limit. I looked at my mom and everything that she gave me, then I put a limit there. You see that? But when I decided that I'm now grown up and I'm in charge of my life and the things that happened in the past are not going to limit me, that is when I broke free. And for the first time, I saw the potential that I have within me to come from one level to another towards the journey of life. So what used to define me, my mom, I broke free from that barrier. Not that she used to put restrictions, but I put the restrictions in my mind. That she was not a good mother, she did not give me this, and she did not give me back. When I started to look back, and I said, I'm now grown up, I'm married already. So let me take the responsibility of my life. Let me take the responsibility of the choices that I make in life. My life started to take another turn altogether. So even you today, you can start taking responsibility of the choices that you make in life. You can start taking responsibility of your life. You can have your life back. You can have it. Take control of it. Number two, challenge the negative thoughts that come into your mind. You see, your mind tells you that you cannot make it. You see, your mind tells you that you're not educated enough. You see, the mind tells you that that business is not good enough. You see, the mind tells you that that job is not good enough. You see, the mind tells you that your spouse is not good enough. You see, the mind tells you that everything is not good around you. The government is not good. And so you accept it. And because you can do nothing about it, you remain there. But can you today start to challenge those thoughts. By doing what? Starting to speak positive. Adapt a positive mentality. That even though you are in a situation that you did not create, you can say, I can overcome it. You can say, I can do something about this. You can say, I can rise beyond this. Instead of being caught there doing nothing with your life. Instead of being a prisoner, why don't you try to encourage yourself and say that I can do this? You see, the moment I discovered that I can break free from these thoughts, those days I was doing construction work. And I told the people that when I discovered myself, I told the people that I was doing construction work with them, I told them, you know what? Very soon I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to continue in this thing of construction. I'm not going. I'm going to open a very big business. And they said, who are you? We know people who tried like you, but they failed. I said, it's okay, but not me. You see that? Not me. So when these thoughts were coming to me, I said, no, I can use this opportunity that I have, this place, this lowest place where I am in right now. I can use the meager resources to build myself from this situation to another situation. You see, I can make it in life. You see, I can do this. You see, I can do this. I changed my thinking from being a victim of a poor family and of a poor background to I know I can make it through. To I know I can improve my life. To I know that I can make it like other people have made it in life. You see that? So I started to speak about making it. I started to think about making it. I started now to plan, how am I going to break through from this? So the negative thoughts that used to come, I used to say, okay, now, yes, this is happening in my life, but I can learn from this and I can overcome this. Yes, I am in this situation now, but at least I can do something about it to improve and to go to another level. Yes, this is where I'm staying now, but I can do something about it. Yes, now I'm just struggling, I don't have money, but I can do something about it. You see, when I changed that one, it gave me now the guts to start doing something about it. But if you remain in a situation where you say, I cannot make it, where you say there's no hope, where you say I'm a failure, where you say I don't see any future, you remain there. But the moment you start to feed in your mind with the mindset of possibilities, mindset of victory, mindset that you can make it, then let me tell you, your physical life starts to align, even your plans start to align with what is in your mind. So don't let negative thoughts put you in prison, but challenge them by feeding yourself with the words of possibility. I can make it in life. I can buy that land. I can come from this to this. I can go from this step to this step. I have it within me. I can do it. And then you are going to see, even your planning is going to change, because now you have the mentality that you can make it. And then everything is going to be a bit easy for you. Number 4, reframe your experiences. How do you reframe your experiences? Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, see the challenges as a learning ground. See the challenges that you are facing as a learning ground and as opportunities. Every business that is built, that is thriving today, it is because of challenges that arose, and somebody took the challenges in a positive way and took it as an opportunity and then built solutions, and today they are thriving. You see, you are watching me on social media. There was a time when we were growing up that phones were not there, and there was a very big challenge. So somebody saw that challenge. Instead of complaining, somebody decided to do something about it. And today we can communicate. You see that? And today I'm speaking and you're getting me live. Because somebody saw challenge from a different perspective, and he changed it as an opportunity. And he saw opportunity in the challenges, and he grabbed the opportunities. You see, even gold is found within mud. So unless you have the eyes to see gold in mud, you will always hate the mud. But when you know that in that muddy thing, the gold is inside, you will start to respect the mud. So what happens? See challenges as opportunity for growth. In your workplace, see challenges as opportunity for growth. Start to seek answers to those challenges, and then you are going to see a transformation. In the organization where you are working, see challenges as opportunity for your growth. Be a person who is innovative. You innovate answers to problems. You see, that is why Africans, we are so behind. Why? Because we have let the whites be the ones who innovate for us, and us, we just consume the finished product. They are trained to see opportunity in challenges. You see, even shoes. Somebody saw that people were suffering. They were walking, and sometimes the thorns have pierced your feet. And somebody decided to make shoes for people to put on. And today the business of shoes is thriving. Are you getting that? They see opportunities in the midst of challenges. My brother, open your eyes. Every challenge is an opportunity. Every challenge is an opportunity. The world is looking for people who solve challenges. The problem solvers, they are the innovative people. And they are the most successful. See, now I'm using Facebook. The person who invented Facebook is now rich. How do you see challenges? Ask yourself these questions. How can I learn from this challenge? The challenge is coming to you in your life. How can you learn from it? That's the question of winners. When they are in challenges, they don't cry. They don't blame. No. They don't quit. No. They ask themselves, yes, I'm in this challenge. How can I grow from it? The second question, how can this challenge make me stronger? You see, you're supposed to grow out of challenges and you become stronger. Because for you to be resilient, it doesn't mean that you don't face challenges, but you face challenges and you overcome. Any challenge that you face, any time you fall, you become stronger and stronger and stronger. So every time there's a challenge in your life, ask yourself, how can I be stronger from this challenge? I told you the other time, whenever you fall, when you're coming up, pick up a lesson that you have learned from that fall, that you can apply in your life, and then next time the same challenge comes, you are going to be stronger. You're not going to fall with the same magnitude that you fall the other time. And again, when you pick another lesson, then next time the challenge comes, you don't fall. So how can I be stronger from the challenge that is coming in my life? That situation you're facing, ask yourself, how can you be stronger out of it? The third thing that you need to do is to practice gratitude. Gratitude is an attitude of thanksgiving, seeing positive things in day-to-day life. You see, people who are of victim mentality, they never see anything positive in anything. You see, this government is very corrupt. You see, our hospitals are not good. You see, we don't have schools. You see, and they have a lot of things. I don't have money. You see, I did not go to a good school. You see, I don't have a degree. You see, and they have all kinds of things. And they don't have They don't have a reason to say thank you. You see, now when I look back at my life, I thank my mother. I say, Mother, thank you so much because you gave me this life. Yes, you took me to school. I was better than many who did not go to school. Yes, you fed me and you gave me a roof. I am so happy. You clothed me. I am so happy. You see that? When I had a victim mentality, I was only looking at the negative part of it. Yet I was not seeing the opportunities that I get in life that other people did not have the opportunity to get. Just the fact that you're alive is just a reason to say thank you. You see that? Develop an attitude of gratitude. From today, instead of looking at things from a negative perspective, try to find something, just one thing to say thank you about. You see, everybody is created in the image and the likeness of God. And everybody has a negative and a positive part. The coin has two sides. Why don't you look at the two sides of the coin instead of looking at only one side of the coin? Why don't you look at the positive part of your fiancé or of your spouse instead of looking at only the mistake that he or she made? Why don't you look at one good thing and just thank that person for the one good thing that they have, one good quality or attribute that they have, just one, not many, just one, and build on that one a heart of gratitude. Instead of blaming God always for everything that happens to you, why don't you look at one thing that God has done for you and say, God, I thank you for this. And then from there, every day in your life, every day, look for one or two things. Just at the end of the day, just say thank you because of this. Will you develop a habit of just going to somebody and just telling somebody thank you because of this? I see this quality in you and it is building me up. And you just tell somebody thank you. You have done this and I just came to say thank you. Instead of looking at negative, and then you are caught up. You are caught up in a victim mindset. Develop an attitude of thank you. Always try and focus on the positive part and just say thank you for the positive things. I don't say that negative things will not happen. No, but when the negative things happen, what can I do to change the situation? Somebody say, so what are you doing about it? When a negative situation comes, when a challenge comes, so what are you doing about it? How are you contributing to the solution of the problem? Another one, set boundaries. See, last time I was talking about building resilience. Now, there are people who will always put into your mind that you cannot make it. They will always find a reason to step on you and make you to remain down there. Some years ago, I was working with someone and the person told me, you know, Collins, you will never make it in life. Even if you die now, nobody will cry for you. You see, that kind of a person, he wants to make himself superior and you will always feel inferior. And so within a short time, you will be caught up in that victim mindset. You will remain down and they want to give you words and reasons why you should see yourself as you're being down. Why you should remain there. Set boundaries. Have people around you who will build you up, who will believe in you, who will tell you that you can make it. People who will encourage you. People who will work towards your growth. Don't surround yourself with people who have the same victim mentality as you, because you will not be helping one another. That is one thing for sure. You will not help one another. You see, in life, we want people who think like us, who speak like us, who support us and who do all these things. Whenever there's a problem, they want to, they want to tell you. But that kind of thing doesn't build you up. Have people whose minds are focused. Have people with growth mentality. Have people who will always advise you positively. Have people who will tell you that I believe in you. They will correct you when you make a mistake. They will tell you, this one you went wrong, but you do this. I still believe in you. I still believe that you can make it. People who want to support you. So set boundaries. The people who want you to remain a victim with a victim mentality, please cut them off from your life. Set healthy boundaries for your growth. Another one, take action no matter how small. You see, people with victim mentality, like I said, they reach to a point where they are now satisfied with their status quo. I am poor, so I will do nothing about it. So let us drink because we are poor. Even the Bible says drink and forget your sorrows. So because I'm sorrowful, I just drink. Because I don't have anything, I just sell my body anyhow. Because of this, I cannot go I cannot study, I cannot build my life because I got bad grades. But that one will only help to seal your victim mentality. It will only help to seal you down there. It will only help to bury you. So today, what you do is you start making progress slowly by slowly. At least do something. Take one step at a time. Take one step at a time. Take action, no matter how small it is. You see, you have the things that you do best. Do them. You have something, like for me now, I like teaching, so I'm teaching. So you also do something that you like. Don't do something that is too difficult, that will only, you will fail tomorrow. No, do something that you enjoy doing that will help to build your momentum slowly by slowly. Take one step at a time. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. If you don't make one step, you still remain at the same place where you are. So start doing something to build yourself up that will take you out of the victim mentality. Start to take action, no matter how small it is. Make goals that you can achieve, though they are small. Make goals that you can achieve. Let me tell you how I started business. I now said, what will I do? I started to make tea. So when I go to the place of construction, I sell tea to my fellow workmates. I save some money, like that, slowly by slowly. So every step I start to improve. You see, because the money that I was getting was not enough. So instead of being in that state of mind, what I did is I started to develop myself slowly by slowly. So I bought a thermos. I started to make tea. I sell tea. I work. I sell tea. I work. Shortly, I started now to make chapati and mandazi, escort that is, or bread. So I sell with the tea. And my income increases slowly by slowly. My savings started to increase, and within a short time I started a business. So also you, instead of being down there and blaming yourself, blaming your past, blaming everybody, you can start to develop yourself by taking one step at a time, and within a short time you'll have made strides. You will have improved your life. So do something, no matter how small. Take a step towards improving your life. My brother, don't just sit there and cry that there is no job. Don't just sit there and say that, you see, I'm looking for employment in the offices and the offices, I'm not getting the job. No, there are other things that you can do with your hands outside there, that you can get the money and then start to build your life up. See, one day somebody told me that no matter what work you do, it will not be marked on the money. Money is money. No matter what you do, even if you are emptying the latrines, money is money, my friend. So go and do something and get that money. And then that money will help you start to build yourself up. Go to an institution, a college, build your life up. So take action, no matter how small. Remember, drops of water break a rock. So start putting those drops, and the rock of negativity will break from your life. Another thing, seek support, not sympathy. You know, we are trained to get these small handouts. You see, I'm not working, so my brother, please. So when your brother passes around, he gives you a note of maybe 100 or maybe 200, and then you feel very happy because that day you are going to eat and you're going to drink. That is, you're seeking sympathy. You see, I'm not working, you see what, and you have all the reasons why people should sympathize with you. But that is not something that is going to build you up. What is going to build you up is when you are seeking support. Hold my hand, let us go up together. Support me to go up. Don't sympathize with me, because you leave me remaining down there. You see, we say like this: if your brother is always coming to ask you for fish, don't give him fish. Give him the fishing rod. Take him to the lake or to the river and teach him how to fish. That is supporting him, not sympathizing with him. Sympathizing, you'll give him one fish, and tomorrow again, oh, my brother, I'm hungry. And then no. Seek people, be friends with people who can support you, not people who will sympathize with you. People who will support you are people who are going to hold you and push you up and push you up. And when you are going up, they are encouraging you. I'm so ashamed that even our governments, these days, we just go for handouts. They get loan from here, loan from there, loan from there, loan from there, and nothing is happening. We are not building ourselves up. So we remain at the masses of the people who give us those handouts. Even in the churches today, if somebody gives handouts to the churches, that person is praised. But we don't teach people how to be free from that kind of a situation. So my brother, don't seek people who give you these small things. Seek for somebody who will support you in your vision, in your dream. Have a vision, have a goal, and let somebody support your goal, support your vision. And that one will propel you to another level. Don't seek sympathy. Don't let people sympathize with you, but let people support you. Now, as you are coming to conclusion, another thing is embrace personal power. You see, you have the ability within you. You are created in the image and the likeness of God. You are like a seed that has everything within it to make it to grow and to be productive. So what do? Acknowledge your inner strength. Acknowledge your abilities. Focus on success, no matter how small. Remind yourself that you have the ability to face challenges and to make it through challenges. You see, in life, we only focus on our failures. We don't focus on our strengths. We don't focus on the successes that we are making, no matter how small they are. But let me tell you, if you open your eyes, you can see that you can make success. You can make it. You see, there are things that you have made it, and you should appreciate for yourself for that. And those ones should be like stepping stones to take you to another level. Don't only look at failures. When you look at failures alone, you will say that you don't have anything good within you. And that is, the problem is that the society has trained us to only see our negative part, our negativity. When you fail, everybody criticizes you. When you fail, everybody tells you off to the face. You see, you have failed. Everybody. But when you succeed in one thing, nobody tells you that you have succeeded. Nobody congratulates you. Nobody comes and gives you a pat in the back and says, congratulations, my brother, you have made it. So the society has given us that mentality. But unless you encourage yourself, even David encouraged himself in the Lord. You see, you look at the successes that you have made and thank God for those successes. Thank yourself, congratulate yourself and say, if I did this one, no matter how small it is, it means that I can make bigger. I can make it big. You see that? Look at your successes, embrace your personal power, embrace your abilities, the abilities that are within you, embrace your talents and the skills that God has given you naturally, and you're going to succeed in life. You're going to break free from that victim mentality. Forgive yourself. That is point number 10 that I'm talking about. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and let go. You see, mostly we are caught in this thing that somebody did something and I cannot forgive him. I did this, I cannot forgive myself. You blame yourself, you blame other people, you blame and blame and blame. Forgive. Tonight, forgive. Let go. Let your life be free. Let your heart be free. Let your mind be free. Instead of meditating and thinking on other people, the bad things that they have done, thinking on how people have made you to be a failure, forgive them. Let go. Forgive that person. You are in relationship with her or with him and they have failed you. Forgive them. Let them go. Start building your life once again. Start building it up once again, because you can make it. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made. I did not perform well in school, no problem. I did not choose a good course, no problem. I wasted the opportunities that I got in life, no problem. You see, I resigned or I insulted the manager and now I'm suffering. It's okay. You made a mistake, yes. But don't build your life on those mistakes. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And tell yourself, yes, I fell. I stumbled and I fell, yes, but I will not remain down there. I'm going to learn lessons from the past mistake, and I'm going to build myself. I'm going to build my today. I'm going to build my tomorrow, and my life will not remain the same again. Start making good choices. It is never late when you decide to build. Remember, every day is a day to make it right. Every day is an opportunity to start over. You can start over. From where your parents left you, you can start over. From where you fell, you can start over again and make your life positive. So forgive yourself. Forgive others. Then the heavens are open for you. Opportunities are open for you. My concluding remark is this. First, let me give you a recap. You stay positive with a positive mindset. Celebrate your efforts that you have made and your successes. Embrace challenge and see it as opportunities in your life. Adapt a positive mentality. See that? Continuous learning. You see, most of us, we are caught in the fear of failure. But when you know something, when you learn something and you build your capacity on that thing, you will not fear again, because you now know how to do it. Continuous learning. Continuous learning. In everything that you do, continue learning. Now, the closing remark is this. Transitioning from a victim mentality to a growth mindset is like planting a garden. It is not something that you do overnight. It is like planting seeds of success that may not germinate today, but tomorrow they will germinate. So you don't do this today and you expect it tomorrow. It's a continuous effort. It requires patience. It requires obedience. It requires discipline. It requires commitment. It requires you to discipline your thoughts and your actions. Somebody said, we are in charge and in control of our lives. Don't say that outside circumstances have broken you down. Your response matters. The way you respond to things matter. Don't live your life carelessly. You don't have two lives. You have only one life. You are not created to suffer. Break free from that victim mentality. You have a life waiting ahead. You have a future waiting ahead. You have everything waiting for you. You can either decide to remain there, or you can decide to move. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. May God bless you so much.